ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्ति भेद विभागिने
मूर्ति भेद विभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्त देहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्त देहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
व्यासेन गृहीतां पुराणं विना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
व्यासेन गृहीतां पुराणं मध्ये महाभारतम्।
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवती अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अद्वैतामृतं वर्षिणीं भगवतीं अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुत
वेदैः साङ्गपद क्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सावगाः
वेदैः
प्रपोत्रमुपनिषदैर्गायन्त्ययं
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः
यस्यन्तं न विदुषुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः.
Just before moving here, Suraganaha. After is Akara is there?
Swamiji, Manasa, there is no Visarga after Manasa, right?
Manasa is a third case.
Okay.
And the yoginu is also not vocative.
No, it is Yoginaha.
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 Now you are little bit familiar. Gata sangasya muktasya
Gatasangasya muktasya
jnanavasthita chetasaha
jnanavastitachetasah
yajnayacharatah karma
yajnayacharatah karma
samagram praviliyate
samagram praviliyate
brahmarpanam brahmahavihi
brahmanam brahmahavihi
brahmagnau brahmanahutam
brahmanam brahmanahutam
brahmevate gantavyam
brahmaivate gantavyam
brahma karma samadhina
brahma karma samadhina
23rd was last. And from 19 up to 23, Bhagavan is describing the traits of Gnani, one who has self-knowledge. And this is the last verse. Gnana avasthita chetasaha. The meaning we have seen. Chetasaha means mind. Avasthitaha, well established. Jnane, in one's whose mind is well rooted, well established in self-knowledge, that person is called Gnana Avasthita Chetasaha. And being mind is absorbed in self-knowledge, that person is Muktaha, is already liberated. It doesn't have any type of attachment. That's why Bhagavan says, Gata Sangasya. Gata means gone, Sangha means attachment. So, because of Jnanam, he is liberated, and liberated also, he doesn't have any type of attachment. If he is a Gruhastha, then no attachment with family members. And if sannyasi, then there should not be attachment. But still, if he is a Gruhastha, still Yagyaya Acharatha Karma. He performing different activity for Yagnaya, like Panchamahayagna. But even after he is doing many karma, but that karma samagram praviliyate. Here again, the meaning karma we can take as papa punya. Samagra means total papa punya praviliyate. It just resolves. Because of what? Gnana avasthita chetasa. And yesterday what I have told, it is very clear. This all are praviliyate, even gnanagni dagdha karmanam bhasmasat kurute. This all are expression. Because we have seen there are three types of reality. One is called paramarthik, another is called vyahavarik, and third one is called pratibhasik. Pratibhasik reality that we have seen, it depends on our vyahavarik reality. And this vyahavarik reality depends on ultimate reality is called paramarthik reality. And really speaking, another name of vyahavarik reality we can say is Ishvara Srushti. This Puja Swamiji's favorite word, Ishvara Srushti. And Pratibhasik, Puja Swamiji has given, even in Vedanta, it's called Jiva Srushti. So what we think that we if see out, it's called Pratibhasik, Jiva Srushti. This is always Puja Swamiji's advice. Don't jump from Pratibhasik to Paramarthik. First, we have to accept Vyahavarik Srushti. But the meaning of Vyahavarik Srushti is a Ishvara Srushti. If Ishvara is a Upadan Karana, material cause, if Ishvara has created whole Jagat, then Ishvara is everywhere. So first, from Jiva Srushti, we have to go up Ishvara Srushti. So whole world is nothing but Ishvara only. If we start accepting whole world as a Ishvara, then only we can understand Paramarthik. Because Paramarthik Satta or reality is our own Swarupa. It is not we are away from it. But we cannot understand because this we are not accept Ishvara Srushti as a Ishvara. So only we have to work out, not for Paramarthik Satta, we have to work out for to accept Ishvara Srushti as Ishvara Srushti. So when we accept Ishvara Srushti, then we know everything is a Ishvara. Then there is a no karma, really speaking. And when we understand Ishvara Srushti, then what will be click in our mind that everything is Ishvara, there is a no second thing. And if there is a no second thing, then where is the place of our Papa Punya? There is a no Papa Punya, it means that Papa Punya has gone. It is not Viliyate. There are no Papa Punya in our account, really speaking, because we are one Advaitam. That's why, but this all are expression. Samagram praviliyate. But still, before starting this 24th verse, Shankaracharya ji has kept one question. This one, Kasmat Karanat Karma Praviliyate. For which reason all karmas are just result. Then he says, Iti Uchyate in 24th verse, this Brahmarpanam Brahmavi. Today I was thinking, even though here always they say this verse is to show the falsifying all karakas. True. But really speaking, today what I was thinking, this verse also indicating Ishvara is Upadanakarana Samagra Jagatam is Vyapya. Because this always is indicate everything is nothing but Brahma. This verse is convey everything is Brahma. Everything Brahma means Ishvara. Here Brahma is not Nirgunam. We have to be careful. Here the meaning of Brahma is Sagunam Brahma. Because when Nirgunam Brahma comes, there is no second thing. But when Bhagavan is explaining Brahma Arpanam Brahmahavi, if duality is there and still we are using Brahma, then it is a Saguna Brahma. And another technical name of Sagunam Brahma is Ishvara. Both are one and same. Sometimes we misguided. We say Saguna Brahma is the other, Ishvara is, but no, both are one and same. And that clarification is given in our Brahma Sutra. And sometimes Shankaracharya writes in Brahma Sutra, Brahma only, and then again he starts Sagunam Brahma. So Pujya Swamiji used to tell, when only Brahma, the meaning is Nirguna Brahma, but when Saguna Brahma comes, the means whole word is there. And when whole word is there in Saguna Brahma, meaning is Ishvara. So here, this verse also indicate Ishvara is Upadana Karanena Samagra Jagate Vyapnoti. He is just pervading all over the world. In which form? Then this is again expression. Because at that time, during Krishna's Kala, all yagna was dominating the world. That's why Bhagwan has used this example. Otherwise, nowadays, if Bhagwan would be used some, then mobile is Ishvara, laptop is Ishvara. Maybe Bhagwan has used something like this. But at that Kala, at that time, this yagna was dominating the whole world. So Brahmarpanam Brahmahavi, Brahmagno Brahmanahutam, we have seen. But here, Brahmarpanam, the meaning in Yagashala, what is being offered? Suppose if he offered Ajyam, means ghee, is Brahma, Brahma Havihi, is a Naivedyam, or even Javatala, that barley, what we are added, Havis is also Brahma. The fire in which we are doing all yagna, that fire is also Brahma. Brahmana Hutam is offered by whom? So it's a one by one. The Yajamana who is doing yaga, this is also Brahma. This is a passive voice, Brahmana Hutam. And by doing yagna, what you want? Suppose somebody says, Agnihotra we are doing, after death we would like to visit Svargaloka. It's called Gantavya, that goal. But for Gnani, what is your goal? Brahmeva tena Gantavya. Even last, what is they want to achieve is nothing but Brahma. For whom? Then Bhagwan has used Brahma Karma Samadhina. Really speaking, the meaning of Samadhi means totally engrossed, totally involved. Where, so somebody says karma in one activity, any action, but for a person whom all activity is nothing but Brahma only. That person is called Brahma Karma Samadhi. This is also is called Bahuvrihi Samasa. It is indicating a person who is totally engrossed in Brahma, in one's own real nature, is Brahma Karma Samadhina. That we have seen Ramo Rajmani. And that we have seen any action needs different type of karakas. Suppose I have given one example. Suppose cooking is one action. So we need a cook. For cooking, we need vegetables. For cooking, to cut all vegetables, we need knife. We need many ingredients, masala, turmeric, whatever. We are cooking food for whom? So we can say, if family members, so they are also forced, they come in forced vibhakti. Sorry, it has gone. But can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the vegetables what we have prepared is for family members, they can ask from where you have got all vegetables. So we can say from vegetable shop. What are the relationship between vegetables and you? We can say this is my vegetable. Sambandha vibhakti. And where did you prepare that vegetable? We can say in my house. It's seventh case. So for one action, need all different type of, we need home, we need a shop, we need all things. It's called karakas. But when a person in whose mind everything is Ishvara, then whatever that person does is nothing but is only Ishvara. So he doesn't give up, he or she doesn't give up karma, but when that person does karma, for such person, whatever karma is nothing but Ishvara. Even vegetable is Ishvara, knife is Ishvara, all different type of ingredients are Ishvara, all family members are Ishvara, vegetable shop is Ishvara. That person, but for whom Brahma Karma Samadhi, a person whose mind is totally absorbed in the knowledge of Brahman, for such person, that's why it says falsifying all karaka is a technical word, but in my understanding, we can take one who sees everything is Ishvara. I always say, for goldsmith, there is a no bangle, there is a no earrings, there is a no what this chain, whatever their ladies are wearing. So there is a nothing. Always in goldsmith eyes, all different type of ornaments is nothing but gold only. Same way, one who understands Ishvara is a upadana karanam. For such person, there is a no second thing except Ishvara. Everything is Ishvara, but in different expression, Bhagwan has given this 24th verse. Here is everything is Brahmarpanam Brahma. But Ishavasya Vidam Sarvam is equal to Brahmarpanam Brahma. Everything is nothing but Ishvara. But Bhagwan has used this yagna example because at that time people was familiar with yagnas. Nowadays nobody is familiar with yagna. So always Pujya Swamiji used to teach first what is yagna, what will the dravya, then he can explain more. So if now we have Bhagwan will come, he has to take another example like what a TV, whatever we are seeing, laptop, whatever. But not falsifying all karakas. In my understanding, Bhagwan would like to convey nothing, everything is Ishvara only, plus names and forms. So like Puja Swamiji that, Puja Swamiji used to say, when we say golden bangle, so it's a wrong expression. He says Bengali gold. He used to say chainy gold. He used to just say this is the correct expression. If you want to convey really gold is the upadan material cause, then we can understand the gold is the main thing, not bangles, not earrings. Same way, we can say, suppose Subramanyam, a Ishvara in the form of Subramanyam, Ishvara is in form of different names and forms. Then our focus will be on Ishvara, not in Subramanyam, not in any other names. Then this ultimate knowledge is conveyed by this knowledge. That's why I always say, second ultimate teaching of Vedanta is there is a no inert. Everything is Ishvara and Ishvara cannot be inert. Everything is nothing but simple consciousness in the form of Ishvara is pervading everywhere. But for whom? Brahma Karma Samadhina. That's why I have written is Guru Hai Brahma. But Brahmarpanam. So here Brahmarpanam means is a third case, Karana Vibhakti. Havihi Brahma means Ajyam oblation is karma, second case. Agnav Brahma in fire, it is seventh case, Adhikarana. Bhutam Brahmana, offered by whom, that doer, Karta is the first case. Gantavyam, Brahma Eva is the fourth. Everything is nothing but Brahma. So to complete one action, we need different karakas, but a person for whom everything is Ishvara, there is a no separate karaka. All karakas is nothing but Ishvara. That is called falsifying karaka. But I would like to say it is nothing but only name and form. We are given the name, but really speaking, inside only Ishvara. That Bhagwan would like to convey. Brahma Karma Samadhina. After telling everything, now in second verse, in next verse, Bhagwan has picked up this is a yagna. So this yagna word used in now after from 25th to up to 30. But here yagna is not really speaking that rituals. But here the meaning of yagna is different type of sadhanas, disciplines. So Bhagavan says ultimate discipline is gnana yagna, means this samyak darshana. Even I would like to, I forget to share one thing. One who can see everywhere Ishvara, that darshanam is called Sarvatma Bhavaha. Technical name. Sarvatma Bhavaha. Atma means one own self. And Sarva means I am pervading it everywhere. It's called Sarvatma. Then if we have real knowledge, we have really this knowledge, then we cannot hatred anyone because we ourselves seeing everywhere. It's called Sarvatma Bhava. So there is a no Shatru, there is a no friend, no enemy because Sarvatma, because I am everywhere. This is called Sarvatma Bhavaha. Otherwise, it may call Samyak Darshana. Here, Bhagavan has used, Shankaracharya has used Samyak. Samyak means same. Darshanam means vision. One who has same vision, and which vision? I am everywhere. I am means not with body, mind, sense complex, but I am means I am simply one consciousness and I am everywhere. It's called Samyak Darshanam, vision. Samyak Darshanam, this vision is called ultimate yagna that Bhagavan has used in this 24th verse. But to get this Samyak Darshanam, Bhagavan says people follows different type of disciplines. Those disciplines are also explained by Ishvara as yagna only. That's why now in 25th verse, from 25th up to I think 30th, then Bhagavan will say Shrestha Yagna is Gnana Yagna. So let's see now 25th. Devameva pare yagnam yoginah paryupasate brahmagnava pare yagnam yagne nevopajjuhvati. So here yagnam, and here also yagnam. Apare yoginaha, here some one word apare. Apare means some other people. And who are they? Yoginaha. And Shankaracharya is written, the meaning of yoginaha means karma yogis. So some karma yogi, Devam Yagnam Paryupasate. They worship Deva Yagna. So here, Yagna means not only Agnihotri, but here Yagna means we can Panch Mahayagna. We can tell, Karma Yoga means for Karma Yogi, each and every action considered as a yagna. Whatever I'm doing is nothing but offering to Ishvara. That offering Arpana Bhava considered as a yagna. Because in yagna, we always offer something. So that's why Bhagwan has used this word. Because in yagna, always swaha. The meaning of swaha is idam indraye namama. Idam prajapataye namama. When I am offering something, that offering is for Agni Devta, for some Devta, not for me. Same way Karma Yogi does different type of activity, but every activity is like a swaha. This is for Ishvara, namama. Namama. That's why Deva Yagna means they are doing different type of activity, Panch Mahayagna, but Shankaracharya has written, Paryupasate means they worship for which sake? So for Antakaran Shuddhi. And another yagna, so we will see in detail, but first line is for Gruhastha. And second line for Gnanis, not for sannyasi, but let me say for Gnani. But Shankaracharya has written for sannyasi, but I will always take this is for Gnani. So Bhagavan says in second line, somebody does Devam Yagna, but somebody does Brahmagno. Opere, here Brahmagno is there. Ayavasandhi, Brahmagno. The meaning of Brahmagno means fire of knowledge, self-knowledge. The fire considered as a knowledge, Brahmagno. So self-knowledge, in that fire of knowledge, some opere, some gnanis, mumukshu, seekers, what they do, upajuhvati, they swaha, they offer. But what they offer, so here is written again, yagnam. Here the meaning of yagnam is oneself, ahankara, one's own ahankara, upajuhvati, they offer. Because they are not interested in word, they are interested to know who am I. Such people, they say, first obstacle of Vedanta is consider oneself as a body, mind, sense complex. That ahankara, upajuhvati, they offers, in which Brahmagno, the fire of knowledge, and how they offered yagnena, by oneself only. So by oneself, they offer their own ahankara in the fire of knowledge. Who operate? Some others. It will start from here up to their different disciplines. Bhagwan will tell. But it starts from Deva Yagna, means Karma Yoga, and then Gnana Yoga. So here we say Karma Yagna, it will come, and here it will come Gnana Yagna. Now we will see in detail. So first line Anvayaha is Apare Yoginaha. Apare means someone else, some people. And who are they? They are yogi. What they are doing? Pariupasate. They worship. To whom they worship? So same thing. Devam Yagna. Because at that time, maybe Agnihotri may be compulsory. But still they are doing Agnihotri not for heaven's sake, not for Brahma Loka's sake, but they are doing same thing for Chitta Shuddhi. Pariupasate, then apare, in second line, there are some people, Brahmagno. The meaning of Brahmagno means the fire of knowledge in they yagnena, by oneself. Here yagna is meaning is oneself, by the self, yagnam, their own ahankara, eva upajuhvati, they offers their own ahankara. They offers in the fire of knowledge. And Shankaracharya ji has beautiful bhashya. Before explaining this verse, he says, what Bhagwan has given, Samyak Darshana Yagnatvam. That's why I say here the meaning of Yagna is not only that fire ritual. But Samyak Darshanam, to see everywhere only Ishvara, is also considered as a yagna. So Samyak Darshana is equal to yagna. Sampadya, having make them understand, for that Samyak Darshana, Tat Stuti Artham, to praise them. What Bhagavan has done, Anye api sadhanaha. There are many different type of yagnaha. Here again, the meaning of yagna is not yagna, but different type of disciplines. Upakshipyante, Bhagavan has included. There are many type of discipline Bhagavan has included. Starts from where? So Devam. Devam means Devameva Pare Yagnam. That Devam. Ityadina. It will start from Devam up to 23, up to 30th, I think. Bhagavan will tell different type of upasana. So here we will see again, but here yagna means not simple yagna. First yagna means karma yagna. Here in second line yagna means one's own ahankara. In here ahankara is not arrogance. But whenever ahankara comes in Vedanta means consider oneself as the body mind. I am dukhi is ahankara. I am very highly, I am very angry is called ahankara according to Vedanta Shastra, which is true. In third chapter, we have seen one verse. Third chapter, third verse. Lokesmin dvividha nishtha paraprokta maya naga gnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yogina. So Bhagavan says, Shankaracharya ji, this karma yogena yogina, this line is dedicated for first. And gnana yogena sankhyanam, for that people, second line. It's explained in Bhashyam, Shankaracharya ji says. So that's why I have mentioned. And both lifestyle, that karma yogena is called householder lifestyle, and another sankhyanam gnana is sannyasi. Both lifestyle is different, but goal is same. Even a householder can have self-knowledge. Same way, sannyasi can have self-knowledge. Goal is same, lifestyle is different. That's why householder and sannyasi lifestyles are different, but to achieve same goal, and that is self-knowledge. So for apare yoginaha, that first line of this 25th verse, so apare yoginaha is written some karma yogis. So they say, how can you understand this is not Patanjali followers yogin or another yogis? So Shankaracharya ji says, this Bhagavan says karma yogis because these people are not interested in worldly object. They would like only nothing but chitta shuddhi by performing Devam Yagna. What Devam Eva Pare, this Devam Yagna, they are doing, but for which purpose? They says only for Antakaran Shuddhi. That's why here Devam we can consider many deities like Indra Yagna, Prajapati, Varuna Yagna, even Agni means self Agni Devta we can perform Yagna, and even we can include for Grihastha Panch Mahayagna. They always perform different type of activity, and Pariyupasate, they worship. For which purpose? Shankaracharya ji says, this yagna, this discipline is not for namesake, fame's sake, children's sake, even heaven's sake. Generally people desire many things, but this gnani is performing yagna only for purification of mind. They would like to chitta shuddhi, nothing else. And that's why Shankaracharya says, Bhagavan has added one pari, Paryupasate, no? So there is a one suffix, it's called pari. And then upasate. Because of their sandhi it's become paryu, but the meaning of pari is meticulously, diligently, carefully. They worship whom? Devam Yagna. So why they are too much meticulous? They are very careful performing their own karma yoga's action because they are interested. If I won't do properly, then I cannot have chitta shuddhi. That's why they paryupasate. So Shankaracharya ji has given weightage even the word paryupasate. They are doing very diligently because they are not interested in worldly goal, only they are interested in chitta shuddhi. That's why paryupasate, not upasate. And yoginaha means not worldly people, the yoginaha means karma yogi. This yagna they are performing. Now, second line. Second nishtha means gnana yogi and sankhyanam. So say apare. So apare Shankaracharya has written sannyasi, but I also would like to write all grihastha also. There are many grihastha. Sometimes I have found grihastha are more serious than sometimes sannyasi. But one who are serious grihastha, they, apare means they other, sannyasi or grihastha, what they are doing. So they have also fire, but not ritual fire, but they are performing Brahmagno, the fire of knowledge. Here the meaning of fire is equal to knowledge. Because always, whenever we say, I have gnanam, at that time sometimes I have clicked, we say. Sometimes we say, now I have some light. Even somebody asks, can you throw some light in this paragraph? So always light is connected with knowledge. That's why fire, the meaning is knowledge. So Brahmagna means the fire of knowledge. What they people do, yagnena. The meaning of yagna means by oneself. If he is or her, whatever, by oneself, they yagnam. Yagnam means again oneself, but ahankara. And the meaning of ahankara, I always say, aham karoti iti ahankara. One who says, if we say I'm 60 years old, it's called ahankara because we connected, we identify ourselves with the body. If we say I'm 65 kg, my weight is 65 kg, then we consider myself as a gross body. We consider myself as, if we say I am hungry, we connected ourselves with pranamaya kosha. All are considered in Vedanta is ahankara. That ahankara is upajuhvati, is being offered because first obstacle in this pursuit of self-knowledge is consider oneself as I am body and I am sukhi dukhi connected with subtle body. So this, even still if we consider ourselves body mind sense complex, but fake it and make it. If we start telling everyone, even though I know I'm connected with body, but I'm not body, I'm not mind, then one day will come. And in spite of living in this body, we cannot be attached with this body. But we have to start from somewhere. That's why fake it. Then Ishvara will help us. So yagnena yagnam upajuhvati. They are offering oneself, ahankara, in the fire of knowledge. So here, that if we consider as a fire, then who is sitting for ritual? So Shankaracharya has written, seeker, mumukshu, whatever we say, that himself or herself is a performer of ritual. And what is the fire? So knowledge of Brahman, knowledge of self-knowledge, considered as a fire And what we are offering? So he said, we are offering oneself. But which instrument we are using? Like we are using chamas to offering ajyam. So there is no other instrument. Instrument is also yagnena, oneself. Yagnena yagnam brahmagno upachufvati. And that's why I have written, all false our identification with body is the main problem. Either we accept body like is the instrument to serve the society, we can accept this body as an instrument to know oneself, then it's okay. But in generally or mostly, we cannot distinguish ourselves from body. So this is the considered first vigna, obstacle for the self-knowledge. And whole Adhyasa Bhashyam of Brahma Sutra is given to this. And what Shankaracharya has written, he has written in Brahma Sutra Bhashyam, there is we cannot consider darkness and light can be together. It cannot be possible. Tamah prakashavat viruddha svabhava. This totally their different nature. Same way, there is a different nature of Atma and Anatma. Means sentient and insentient. But in this body, this mixture is always confused us. We take Anatma as a Atma, we take Atma as a Anatma. He says, when we say, I am dying, I will die. So who will die? This body will die. We consider Atma is a Anatma. And when we say, I am 60 kg, that Anatma taken as a Atma. This mixture, that's why what is the first step? The meaning is Ahankara should be offered in the fire of knowledge. So in this first verse, Bhagavan says, there are two yagna, Deva yagna and Gnana yagna. Deva yagna, we say, is a karma yoga. In karma yoga, we performing karma yoga for chitta shuddhi. And now, in second line, these seekers, they are performing gnana yagna and offering oneself for have a real self-knowledge. But this is only yagna is available in our Shastra. Bhagavan says, there are not only, there are many yagnas, means there are many sadhanas are available in our Shastra scriptures. And all yagnas, here yagna is equal to sadhanas, meant for what? He says, for two things. Bhagavan has written. One is to calm our mind, to compose. We have good composer of mind. If our mind is not steady, then how can we learn Shastra? So this all sadhana meant for whom? So one, Bhagavan says, to calm down our mind. Even I would say to concentrate our mind. This purpose, different type of sadhana is must or necessary. And second thing, there are different sadhana meant for what? So we can have freedom from raga dvesha, our likes and dislikes. And if we have less raga and dvesha, good name given is called mature. What is the maturity? When we say you should be mature, the meaning of maturity is nothing but we should have less raga dvesha, likes or dislikes towards people, towards things, even towards environment. So more we are mature and our mind is more composed, then Gnana Yagna will go inside. That's why now Bhagavan will start different type of sadhana. And Bhagavan says also, these are only samples. There are thousands and thousands sadhanas, but what I am mentioning is only sample. Like we go in some shop, sari shop, They can show only some pieces of sari, then say there are whole shop available of different sari. Same way, these are the sample of sadhu. So 26. श्रोत्रादीनीन्द्रियाण्यन्ये संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति शब्दादीन् विषयान् अन्ये इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति. Yet everywhere juhvati will come. The juhvati means offering. Here also juhvat. Everywhere it will come. Because whole sadhana consider as a yaga. And in yaga, we have to offer something. So first, in first line, Bhagavan says, Shrotradini Indriyani Anye. Anye means some other people. What they do, Shrotradini, there are sense organs, Shrotram, Chakshus, all 5 sense organs. Indriyani, they offered. Where? Sanyamagneshu. There is a Indriyani means senses, 5 sense organ. They are offering in the fire of self-mastery. Sanyam, Swamiji has written self-mastery, but Sanyam means in discipline. We should be. So what does it mean? So if sense organs are demanding something, if eye says, means our 2 pair of eye says, now I have seen some eating material, where to pav bhaji, here golgappa, whatever, something, pizza. If I have seen pizza, start demanding, I need pizza. But if we say, you need not to eat pizza today, then it's called our demand of indriya, chakshu indriya, we have offered in the fire of sanyama. We say, so in my understanding, we call is a shamaha. Shamaha means to keep our mind right. So whatever demand is asked by our sense organ, if we are able to say no, it's called Sanyam Agni. So Agni means fire, but what is the name of fire? Bhagavan says discipline, Sanyam, mastery, self-mastery. We will see detail in next time, but another line is Shabdadin Vishayan. If senses are sitting inside our body, all objects are sitting outside. So Shabda Sparsha, Rupaha, Rasagandhaha. All Vishayan Anye. So say some Shabdadin Vishayan, all different type of sense object. If they would like, we would like to enjoy. So what we have to do, so Bhagavan says, it should be offered in Indriya, the fire of senses. And from this Indriya, it will go in Sayam. So first this, and then we can enter in this. Because first, all sense object entered through senses. It's called second line. So all sense object, Vishayan means sense object, they will come. So we have to offer where? The fire of senses. So our 5 senses, then senses start demanding. I need this, I need this. That senses will be offered in the fire of master, self-mastery. So this will be first, and after this will come. So this will I consider as a damaha. And then shamaha. Both have, but in different way. First, all sense object we offered in the fire of senses, and the senses we offered in the self-mastery. We can able to say no. But detail of this, we will see next week. But any question regarding this? Any question?
So, Swaminiji, giving offering the raga dveshas into the fire of
Knowledge.
self-restraint, or the yajna.
Yeah.
So that is what you mean by, or Puja Swamiji means by growing into maturity from the pratibhasika to the
Yeah.
yavahar, right? You give
Yeah.
up the
So if we see if we hate some person, if suppose we hate some person, but after understanding this Vedanta, we can accept that person in spite of that person may be good or not. I need not to go to judge him, but I am accepting that person because he's nothing but one form of Ishvara. So our Raga Dvesha will go, and more Raga Dvesha will go, our mind will be more calm. It's called maturity only. It stops demanding, our mind stops complaining. It's called maturity only.
And it's also interesting, Swamiji, that Puja Swamiji note, or you also noted,
What?
you cannot skip Harika. You have to
Yeah, always he says
you have to.
first
It doesn't go
Ishvara
away. You
with
deal with
Ishvara,
it.
yeah.
Because it's Ishvara Srishti, and I think that's the key. You have to deal with it before you suddenly talk about Paramarthika only. You can
So nowadays
cannot
all
wish it
Vedantic
away.
student starts Brahman, but first accept Ishvara.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's also that Pradibhasikam, it's not just dream, right? It's all our imaginations,
Yep.
which in a different sense, it's also projection of Raga Dvesha.
Yeah,
Like Pradibhasika is always Raga Dvesha.
yeah, Raga Dvesha.
So Pratibhasika is all your own projections,
Yeah,
projections of your mind, which is the world you're living in,
yeah.
right?
Exactly.
What we think, so always we would like to see outside.
Correct. Yes.
That's what.
And what you said, one thing that you said, a measure of for your own self, the measure of your own maturity, where you have reached in this journey, is when you see when you can see if your mind has stopped demanding, or mind has stopped complaining about things,
Yeah.
meaning that you are accepting whatever is.
Yeah.
So that's a measure of where you have come for your own self, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, and even one step, little bit before that, Lataji, is when you actually can notice yourself complaining or notice yourself.
Yeah.
When that moment it is happening, you're restless about some things because you're unable to accept it.
Yes, but that will happen because it is something that's from so many janmas, right? Like they say, rasavarjam. It will remain even when you have the knowledge and when you have reached to some extent. But then if you notice it and you're able to do something about it, you take a step back and say, okay, fine, this is what I did. If you have that realization, that's a step
Right,
forward.
you notice it and you can somehow let it pass.
Yeah.
Rather than act upon it.
That's
one step we are mature. If we step it and we can just pass it, then we are become one step mature.
Yeah.
One by one.
And when you stop acting on it, then that's probably very close to where you want to go.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if it starts happening in your mind altogether, then you've probably reached there.
Yeah.
State of Shiva, where you accept everything as it is.
Yeah.
I think the state of Shivam, though there is no accepting it. Like losing the individuality means if you lose the individuality, then you're sogam. I mean, only even if I think it's all stages anyway, right? We are all going through stages. That accepting, rejecting, it's all still individual plays a role. as long as we lose the individuality, the individual doesn't matter.
Yeah. So in fact, there is no concept of accepting at that point. It's just what is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
who's
it.
there to accept what?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Exactly.
That's
You
why
you go from Shokam to Soham.
So I always say, if the journey is beautiful, no, then need not to worry about destiny.
Mm.
This journey, accepting
Yes.
everyone, non-demanding, I will be person who non-demand. This journey is beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, right,
That
right.
this journey, as is described here, is the yajna. It's the ultimate yajna that you can do.
Mm.
And it is so much more than any ritual or any puja or any worship that you can do. Right?
Yeah, it's a wonderful adventure.
Wonderful, yeah.
In Swaminiji, in 9th chapter, Bhagavan uses the phrase paryupasate again. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaha paryupasate. I was thinking of that when you were talking about.
Even that also in that verse, abhiyuktanam, he has used abhiyukta, yukta and
Ah.
abhiyukta. Again, he used one suffix abhiyukta. Yukta
What
is
is
always
that? Abhiyukta.
tesham nitya abhiyuktana. So this is not only yukta, abhiyuktana. So meaning of abhiyukta is there more.
So what is the difference like yukta and abhiyukta?
Same way, upasate paryupasate, no? Paryupasate is there. Same way, we are yukta. But when time comes, no, challenging,
A
we
different
are not yukta. But abhiyukta is always connected.
Ah, okay.
Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahami.
Nitya abhiyuktanam. Forever.
Nitya abhiyukta. That's why nitya abhiyukta, both one. Shall we do now? Purna Bhadan?
Yeah.
Question?
Yes.
Sharmila ji, no question? Anita ji, I cannot see. Sharmila
There is nothing more to say actually. Nothing more needs to be said.
You have to understand, assimilate, and then it's very difficult to do these things. If you can first at least acknowledge, then that is the first thing.
First, you have to have a value for these things. As Pooja Swamiji says. If you say who needs all of this stuff, you know. Or,
it's a value, that's why we are sitting here, no? Otherwise, why we should
yeah, right.
We are very only little bit more effort to put in our day-to-day life. But it will come. Automatically it will come.
Yeah.
More we listen, more we understand.
More we listen.
Yeah.
Listening is a yajna that you're doing because
Yeah.
you're,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I always used to wonder about that, Swaminiji, initially, you know. Because the Vedanta sadhanas or Shravanam is the most important sadhana, they say in Vedanta. I used to think, what is the point? You keep listening to the same thing again, you know.
No,
But now I slowly begin to understand.
Yeah, it changes your thought process, right? It's
Yeah.
putting all these new thoughts into your head,
Yeah. Certainly.
and you're devoting that 1 hour. You're not thinking of anything else. You're totally focused on just this yajna of trying to get rid of your what do you call ahankara.
Yes.
Yeah.
The process is to assimilate all the teaching.
Yeah.
This is the process.
Correct.
See, mananam is when you are supposed to be thinking about it, and you know, but the shravanam itself helps you to keep thinking about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there is a fine line between shravanam and mananam. I think the both go together.
Actually, Shravanam helps to remove ignorance, but Mananam helps to remove our intellectual problems connected to Shravanam.
Correct. No, so if you keep doing shravanam over a period of time, I'm saying,
And Mananam, yeah.
I mean, why do people keep going back to, like, you know, people have asked me this question. Like, how many years? My dad will ask me this question. Why you keep doing this? For how many years you keep doing this? So it's like, I tell him, I mean, it's like, it's okay. The more you hear, it's like you're thinking aloud at
Yeah.
the same time, isn't it?
Yeah. Same
So
thing.
you're also internalizing it. You're also doing mananam.
So what I have said, no, every time, if empty, there is a one glass full of water, we keep on adding milk. So one day will come, the cup will be full of milk, not water. Same way,
Mm,
we are daily pouring
mm,
it gnanam. So our old impression regarding our body, mind,
mm.
regarding whole world, time will come, it will go. And
Yeah.
new gnanam
Yeah.
will go inside. It will fill up.
Yeah. That's very true. You become what you think. Yeah.
Swami Paramarthananda says, you know, he in Chennai, he conducts these classes, and he will say, there are people who are sitting here who were there when I first started my class 40 years back,
Mm,
and they're still coming here. I don't know what that means. Whether they have not, I'm not able to make them understand, or they like it so much that they keep wanting to hear it. So, but you know, I think you can keep doing it because I mean, it's just another activity that you do, like
But
puja. You're
it
doing
should be
every
not a
day. You
time
do.
pass. Sometime I would say Shravanam would not be time pass. There are many people are coming to attend classes. Like a
People
fight.
who time fast will not be sitting. No, but Swamini ji, people who are just doing time pass will not have the interest to sit there for 40 years. That requires consistency. No, unless you have deep interest in the subject, you're not going to do it.
No, you know there are many elderly ladies available. So after in the evening, what should they do? So they think, let me go to temple. Now they say now some discourse is going on. They used to say, yeah,
Aye, some of them come there to sleep.
yeah. That's why what we are listening, we should know why we are coming here. If there
mhm,
some, then it only works. Otherwise, what?
mhm, mhm.
Om Purnamada
Purnamada Purnamidam
Purnat
Purnamudachyate
Nashate
Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate
Purnamevavasishyate
Om
Shanti
Shanti Shanti
Shanti
Shanti
Hari
Hari
Om.
Om Shri Guru
Shri
Yo
Guru
Namaha.
Namaha
Hari
Hari
Om.
Om